Hello, Emmanuel Church London, and welcome to The Big Idea. Hopefully by now you've clocked exactly what The Big Idea is all about. If you haven't, then let me tell you again that every Monday we do The Big Idea, which essentially helps us grab hold of the message that came from a Sunday, and we want to marinate ourselves in the message. Too often we listen to a message on a Sunday and we skip right past the gold and the treasure that we can find in it. And so we just want to make sure that we pause, that we understand the message that comes on a Sunday and helps us really just to get hold of it inside our hearts, to walk with Jesus, to walk it out and to learn how to actually apply what we hear into our lives. And so on Sunday I was speaking, and our whole series is called The Heart of the Issue, and we're talking obviously around money. Sunday I talked, and really the title of that sermon would have been exactly that, the heart of the issue. We talked from Matthew 6 and we dipped into Luke 12 as well, and essentially looking at the subject of where our treasure is, there our heart will also be. And so this week I'd love us just to think about three things that I said at the end of the preach, just to help us with that a little bit. First of all, to trust the reality of who God is when it comes to the subject of money. We're called as disciples of Jesus to be radically generous in the same way that Jesus himself was radically generous to us. Not just past tense, but he continues to be such a generous king towards us. And so as his disciples, we want to be exactly the same. We want to be found in serving him and serving others. And so in order to do that, I'd really encourage us to ponder on the reality of who God is. Do you remember we talked on Sunday about those verses? Fear not, little flock, for it is my Father's pleasure to give you the kingdom. Three things that God is. He's a shepherd, he's a father, and he's a king. It's really helpful just to remember that this week. Maybe get those three things up on your fridge, discuss it with people in your house. If they want to discuss it with you, if they don't, then don't do that. Maybe just put it in your bedroom or wherever you are. Put it somewhere where you can just meditate and think on the reality that God is my shepherd, God is my father, God is my king, and so I can trust him as I learn to give money and to go without, maybe. So the next thing that we talked about, so the first was trust. The second thing was then, what was the second thing? I've completely forgotten what the second thing was. Wait, I will get it. It was choose Jesus. I'm really sorry about that. Just let's keep going. Choose Jesus. So when we think about choosing Jesus, what does that really mean? Surely the gospel that we've all heard, God does the work. Well, yeah, absolutely. God does do the work. He's done the work that saves you for eternity. He's done everything that you need to live for eternity, and all you had to do is just receive that gift of salvation. However, this is a relationship, a two-way relationship. And so when we're disciples of Jesus, one of the things that we can do is we can choose to orientate our lives around him. In other words, read the Bible and do what it says. Don't just read the Bible and presume that God's going to wave a magic wand and everything's going to be okay. So Stu helpfully on Sunday just helped us remember the order of the treasure in the heart. So as we learn to put our treasure in terms of putting it in terms of Jesus and relationship with him, then we can actually also start to do. We can start to build up treasure by giving to people, by being a blessing to other people. Why not this week think, when it comes to choosing Jesus, how you, whether you're a single on your own, whether you're in a family context, whether you're at home with mum and dad or with your wife or husband, whoever you're with, why not think a little bit about how you can use your money this week particularly to be a blessing to somebody that might be in need? That would be a great way to practically start to cultivate that way of choosing Jesus this week. It may be that you're able to take a step further and start to think about your regular giving. How can I regularly give to the church? How much am I giving? How much could I be giving? And start to pray and think about that. The third thing was to look. And again, this is a really important one, I think, for us as a church in these days, not just around the subject of money, but in this season that we're in. Look to eternity and look to today. Remember that there is a day that is coming where you will go and be with the Lord forever. It's important to understand that that is a reality. It's not some kind of fairy tale. We are living for those days. And then when we come back to today, Jesus says, therefore, don't worry about tomorrow. It's all good. Let's think, therefore, about today. So each day this week, why not think about eternity, number one, and then think today, how can I be a blessing to God? How can I be generous to him, to his people? Guys, God bless you in this season. I know it's challenging as we move into November, but let's keep looking to Jesus. Let's keep trusting in him as our hope, and we'll see you again on Sunday at 10:30. God bless you.